Ma'am, can I begin with the workshop? Okay. So let's start with today's workshop. Today we're going to look into what career counseling is, when do we need career guidance or career counseling, and is it really helpful? What is the psychological input in it? And there is one assessment which you will know more about as we go ahead. It's called SWOT analysis, and why is it used in career counseling, and what are the common myths about career counseling. And in the end, we would be going with some activities. I would show some worksheets that you all can look into, take a screenshot for later reference. And if you need more worksheets regarding career counseling, the PDF that you'll be purchasing for us, not the PDF, the resources that you'll be purchasing for as well as a certificate, it would have more worksheets regarding career counseling that you can introspect it for yourself, or take ma'am's help if you need any guidance, or if you yourself are a career counselor, like in the basics of it, you can use it on your own clients. So it's all for your access. So, starting with what career counseling is. So, it's basically a service where you help people to begin or change or advance their careers. So, it's like a one on one conversation between the counselor and a career seeker. And the counselor usually does a lot of assessment activities and projects to which like is designed in order to help a career seeker maximize their strengths. Now, a career counselor is very similar to that professional in both roles, where they help you navigate your career path as well as understand you, because that's what the main idea is. Like, if they don't know you, then they can't really navigate you on which course you need to take into. Although they can provide their services in specific ways. So, if we look in India, career guidance often comes from our parents or like our friends or teachers. So, it's like our parents go like, okay, now you're a girl, so you have to be a doctor, no other choice. You're a guy, you need to be an engineer, no other choice. So, it's our parents who choose our career, but not ourselves. So, we grow up thinking that we have to be a doctor or an engineer and nothing else. And even if we think another way route that I'm passionate about this or interested about this, we usually get blocked in that pathway because it is not okay for the elder person of the family. So with this, they of the they might offer sounds advice, like it is usually like a parent or friends, they offer advice that is usually a reflection of their own interests, experiences and preferences, but it is not usually aligned with the candidate's personal goals or like ambitions and their personalities. So, in case one takes an inappropriate decision because of a wrong advice, years down the line, the individual might end up regretting their career choice. Now, during this process of self discovery, a career advisor, that is the counselor, they introduce each student to various tools. Remember in the introduction, I showed you something called SWOT analysis. So, SWOT analysis is as well as other psychometric assessments, they make it easier for the counselors to comprehend the areas of interest and skills of those who come in for like I need help to choose my career. Now, these career experts also provide you necessary resources to help you carve a niche for yourself. Basically, it starts like they start with assessing your personality, and then they lead to writing resumes and appearing for interviews while resolving various challenges along the way. In like short kind of way, if we look into a career expert, they constantly hold you accountable for your actions to ensure that you do not deviate from your ultimate goal at any point of time. So with this, did you guys understand the basic baseline of what career counseling is? Give a thumbs up if you guys have. That's good to hear. So let's dive into when do we need career guidance. So we need career guidance at any stage of life. It is our career. You see something, you want to do that, and you want to switch into it, but you usually go like, do I have to go in that or not? So it's not necessary that you need to be a child to go like, okay, this is the only time I need to look, but it is flexible at any age group. So we usually say it is crucial during school years, mostly like early years as class 9, is because at that age students they can form a clearer idea about their interests, strengths and ambitions. However, they also lack the exposure of understanding necessary or to make informed decisions about their own future. So this is where a career counselor comes in place. During this phase, they play a role in helping them explore different career paths, which and like make them understand which streams offers what and assess them which one aligns best with their natural instincts and long-term goals. So in the decision, you like maybe in Indian study sector, usually class 10 is where the students are asked to choose between art, science or commerce, and it is like a foundation for whatever next step after school career is what this foundation is built on. So this choice lays the groundwork for the subject students will study in like higher secondary education and ultimately determines the academic and professional opportunities that is available for them later on. And when a student does not have a proper guidance, they select a stream based on peer pressure. Like I said, they may choose doctor or engineer out of pressure, parental expectations, or misconceptions, which leads to dissatisfaction, academic struggles, or even a complete shift in direction later in life, which is very unpredictable. And career guidance helps students to evaluate their interest, aptitude, personality, and values through structured assessments and like one on one counseling, because that is how counseling works. And it also provides them a clarity about how they can emerge the career fields, their vocational options, and or their future educational pathways, be it like traditional or non traditional careers. And with it's like a proper support system for them which makes them feel confident about their decisions and also reduces the students confusion and anxiety related to their future. So in conclusion, we can go like saying so in conclusion we can say that career counseling is not a one time process. We kept on listing until now that there are various activities and assessments. Understanding the students or like a person's personality, it takes more than one time like one session. So during subject specialization in higher education, before entering the job market, and even when considering a career shift, when we start with like in the beginning, this journey in school ensures that the foundation is strong, and then the students are empowered to make choices that resonate with their potential and interests. Until here, did everyone understand? Like anyone wants to say anything? Okay. If you guys have questions that you want to ask in between when I'm presenting, you can leave your questions or anything that you want to share with the with other members. You can put it up in the chat box as well. Now, why do we need career guidance? So the question is it helpful or not? As we under like I hope it has been clear until now that it is helpful because it gives you that clarity and direction. Imagine you go okay. If you have to take an example, you go to a restaurant and you have two options. You have to choose between chole bhatura, and then you have to choose between uh, roti and curry. Both of it are your favorite. Imagine you go to the restaurant without thinking, okay, what do I have to go and eat? Like, I don't know what to eat. And then you go sit there, you take like 30 minutes, 40 minutes just to decide between a dish you need to have for dinner. So, this is how career ends up being. Like, you are in the starting point, you have two different directions, or you just don't have any direction, but you're forced to pick one. And if you pick one in a hasty manner, you may end up choosing something wrong. So with that, there are like some areas to why we need, right? So one, like the 4 points that's in front of you, is self-awareness, career exploration, setting goals and devising plans, and lastly is accessing a broader network of people. So for self-awareness, let's just imagine you're really good at talking to people, you can solve their problems, but you never noticed it. This is where the career counselor, they help you understand that these are the things about yourself, what you enjoy at, what you are naturally good at, and what really matters the most to you. For example, if you love helping your friends with their issues, a counselor might suggest explore psychology or counseling as a career. And when you understand yourself better, you can choose a path that feels right and makes you happy in the long run. So these are very self-explanatory, but sometimes you need like a small like a example to understand it more better way, because self-explanatory may not always link to what it actually means. Now, what is career exploration? Most of you look as if you are in your dreams college, or maybe you're in your first year of your college, or you're already a working person, which we all are really proud of. So sometimes you might have the benefit of doubt if you haven't even started your career. I myself have it sometimes. Like, am I choosing the right choice? Is this pathway the right way? Will I not, like, will I be eligible enough in the future once I'm in the field of like psychology? So it just doesn't always be that yes, this is going to be the way, this is the pathway that I have to only follow. It keeps on changing as the years goes by, because the job market is different in different ways depending on your career choice. So for career exploration, as I said, you might be torn between two careers and you don't know which one to pick. Now, this is like, if we take an example, let's just say you're confused between a content writer or a data analyst. The counselor will explain the kind of work you will be doing every day, the skills you will need, and how much you can earn, and what your work life might look like. Then it is up to you, where you can compare all that with your own interests and strengths to see what suits you the best. Now, if someone comes to me and goes like, "Do you want to be a computer scientist or like a psychologist, like a software engineer or a psychologist?" I would say psychologist. I can't sit 9 to 5 job in one desk and just sit in front of the screen. That is something I can't do. I would like to talk to people. I like to read more on what case I'm dealing with. I like to do more research on that. So that's something I like. So if I could come with like two topics, like two career paths, I would choose something that I am interested in. Now, setting goals and planning. So once you have a clearer direction, the next step is planning on how to get there. Now, a career counselor helps you set very like small, realistic goals, and they also guide you with like a step-by-step process on how you can reach there. For example, if your goal is to become a psychologist, your counselor might help you figure out what subjects to take, what courses to apply for, and what internships or volunteer work you can do to build your experience in. And you will know what to do, when to do. So you're just not guessing like, okay, fine, I'm done with this. Now what? What's the next step? Like, let's just say you are a an MBBS student, you are in your final year, you don't know what to do next, you want to do something else, but you're not sure if you have to go with that. So this is when the counselor will help you out, like what is the next step you can go with, so that you just don't go with a question mark, question mark, question mark, and you can just go with the simple flow. Lastly is the networking of people. Now, counselors, as their job is to they are career counselors, meaning they have a lot of contacts. So they know a lot of contacts between different industries. So they help you connect with them. Now, these connections can give you a huge valuable advice or even help you find a job opportunity. Let's just say you want to maybe work like a graphic designer. Your counselor will introduce, like maybe they will introduce you to someone who is already in that field and they're working in that field. So when they would set up a conversation between you and that person, which would lead you to have like an internship, or maybe the other person would give you like tips on building a strong portfolio, as well as like with all this you will learn how to approach people professionally and make a good impression. So that's how networking works, by marketing yourselves out there. Until here, is everyone okay? Does anyone have anything to ask or any experiences you have within yourself? I shall take that as a no and move on with the next topic, that is the psychological input. So, psychological input has four different components, that is, interest, aptitude, intelligence, and personality. We would be going one by one under each of them to understand it better. So, interest is basically refers to the activities or the topics or types of work a person enjoys or feeling that they are drawn into. And the interest has it has a lot of assessments under it to understand a person's interest. So, the tools and assessments that help us understand a person's interest, one is the Rysec tool, um, also known as the whole, which came from Holland's theory of vocational personalities. Uh, it was developed by John L. Holland. He categorized both personalities and careers into six types. That was realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, and conventional. Now, realistic is who are like the doers and who are more into the practical area. The investigative is who like to be more of a thinker, or who would like to be more in the analytical side. Artistic are like who love creating, or who, and the others are like who likes to be imaginative. Then social is who has a more helping nature and who has more of an empathetic nature. Enterprising is like who are ready to be a leader, and the other person maybe they are a persuader more than a leader. And lastly, the conventional is basically them being organizers, or are they more sided with being detailed and oriented. So the entire purpose is in career counseling is like it helps in your career options and the vocational guidance. So I kept on saying this word vocational guidance a lot so far, and it basically means that it helps a person to access their career's development, as well as it helps them to enhance their skills, interest, as well as their capabilities. So it's basically like a training procedure which increases the person's career options as per their field of studies and professionality and development. Now, the second assessment or tool is on net interest profiler. It is again based on Holland's Rysec model. It is an online tool developed by the US Department of Labor. The entire purpose of this is that it helps individuals identify their interests and explore suitable careers. Third test would be DBDA, the intersection of DBDA. DBDA has a lot of sections which will go uh, with when with the other components. So DBDA in the intersection, it contains sections assessing vocational interests along with aptitude. It matches your personality and preferences with career paths. And lastly, administered in schools, colleges, and career guidance settings. Now, talking about aptitude, what exactly is aptitude? So, aptitude is the natural ability or potential to learn or excel in a specific skill or subject. And this aptitude also has a lot of tools or assessments, whatever you call it as. Even they have a lot of tools. So, one is DBDA according to the aptitude manner. So, there's like an aptitude sheet for DBDA. It is developed by the Psychological Corporation. It has 8 aptitudes: verbal, reasoning, numerical ability, abstract reasoning, mechanical reasoning, clerical speed and accuracy, space relations, spelling, language usage. Now, all of these, why is it being used? Is because it is like the main purpose of it is for educational career planning based on the strength areas. Like if you have a good strength in verbal reasoning, clerical speed and accuracy in spelling and language usage, you'll be guided to a certain career path. And if we take like another one or two aptitudes and club them together, you get another career path. So that's how DBDA works. Now, multiple intelligence theory, it also has like 8 proposes, that is linguistic, logical, mathematical, spatial, musical, bodily, kinesthetic, interpersonal, intrapersonal, and naturalistic. Even this helps us understand diverse aptitudes, especially in education. Now, moving on with the intelligence part is basically the general mental capability to reason, plan, or solve problems, or like think abstractly and learn. So, the tools under it would be multiple intelligence. Again, we talk about multiple intelligence. So, it is not a traditional IQ based approach, but it recognizes the intelligence in multifaceted manner. It emphasizes the strengths beyond the academic skills. And we also come back to DBTA, but in a cognitive aptitude section. So over here, it primarily is an aptitude test. A certain sections like verbal or like numerical reasoning, for example, it helps them reflect aspects of intelligence. Lastly is personality. Personality refers to the traits and patterns of thoughts, emotions, and behaviors that defines a person. Now, over here, it's personality. So there are so many assessments that helps you understand your personality. One is MBTI. So it's categorizes like into four dimensions, like introversion or extroversion, sensing or intuition, thinking or feeling, and or like judging or perceiving. So it's like it results in 16 personality types like INFJ, ENTP. When someone asks like what is your personality type, this is where MBTI brings into. And this just gives like a very good career choice, like team building or like personal insight. Like there are some people who like to work alone, there's some people who like to work in a group. So that is what this test helps us understand. Second is Eysenck Personality Questionnaire, and it also looks into extroversion or introversion, neuroticism or stability, psychotism or socialization. So it's just a psychological profiling, a personality prediction, or like a behavioral research about one person. And last assessment would be self-concept questionnaire. So it measures how a person perceives themselves across areas like social, academic, physical, moral, emotional. Because the entire purpose is for like self-awareness, emotional intelligence, training, school counseling, etc. Now, how are these interconnected with each other? Why do we need to know all of this? It's because interest affects your career choice and your motivation. Then your aptitude supports performance in tasks and learning. Intelligence gives you insight into a person's problem solving and adaptability, and your personality shapes behavioral tendencies in workplace compatibility, and emotional response. Before I move into how are all these four interconnected with career counseling, I would like to propose one ask to all of you present here today, is that if you want to know how to use these assessments, or when to use it, where to use it, we can conduct another in detail workshop that will help you understand if you are a learner for career counselor, or if you are just in the starting basis of the field and you want to upscale your skills for career counseling. Please do contact us. We will provide more workshops regarding these assessments so that you'll have more in-depth knowledge about all these. Because right now I gave only brief of them, because it's a very short workshop. But if you would like an in detail one, please do contact us. Moving with the connection with career planning. So, as it's given, interest helps in identifying the career paths that aligns with the personal enjoyment and motivation. Basically, that drives your motivation and satisfaction into choosing a field. Aptitude is it highlights your areas where individuals are likely to succeed with ease and excellence, your ability to perform in like specific tasks and everything. And intelligence assesses cognitive strengths and learning potential for like certain fields, and like personality determines your compatibility with a specific job environment and work roles. So if we have to go with how do I remember what gives what, we can go like with interest is what do I enjoy, aptitude, what am I good at, intelligence, what can I learn easily, and personality, who am I? So it's a holistic approach which ensures a personal fulfillment, career satisfaction, and finally a long term success in the chosen field. Now, with the long waited to what is SWOT analysis in career counseling. So, SWOT analysis is a sorry. SWOT analysis is a strategic planning used to evaluate an individual's internal and external factors that can influence their career decisions and development. As you can see, it's the strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. And the purpose of SWOT analysis is basically it helps the clients reflect on their career potential and go with their goal setting and decision making, which aligns personal attributes with real world opportunities. And it also helps in identifying areas that needs improvement or caution. So if you have to go further into what we mean by each word, that is strength, weakness, opportunities, etc. Strength is internal traits or abilities that give you an advantage in your career journey. So, like, let's just say if you have strong communication, leadership skills, technical expertise, good academic record, these are like your strengths that you can talk about. Now, weakness are internal limitations or areas where you may need development in. So, like maybe you have strong communication, but you lack of confidence. You have good leadership skills, but you have poor time management. You have a good academic record, but you have limited experience. You have very high motivation to put yourself out there, but you fear of public speaking. So that's like your weaknesses. Third is opportunities. It's the external conditions or trends you can take advantage of to grow your career. Like you can get into internships, scholarships, offers, offers industry demand, networking events, or any skill building workshops. Like even this workshop is one of your opportunity. Further workshops that you may be interested in, those are your opportunities to like upscale your skills. Lastly is threats. So these are the obstacles or like challenges that may hinder your career progress. So it's like your high competition, changing industry requirements, economic downturn, personal financial constraints, etc. Now, how do counselors use SWOT analysis? First is initial assessment. They look into clients, they help them in gaining self awareness before choosing a career path. Then they lead them into career exploration, which is they l- help them select the educational courses, job roles, or internships. Like if it's students, then educational courses. If it's like adults, then job roles. If they're like the ones who are in masters but they want to do some internships, then for that. So like those decision making, they help in it. And lastly is action plan, which builds strategies to minimize weaknesses and manage threats. Now SWOT analysis along with other tools, now we learned like different tools until now. So even over here there are interest tests, there are aptitude and intelligence tests that's used. There's also personality test. Even SWOT analysis, it gives like an understanding of a client's career path. Now, lastly, for today's workshop, we'll look into myths and the actual truth about these myths. First is career counseling is only needed when you're confused. Honestly, career counseling is not just for people who are unsure about what they want to do, but it also can help individuals who are ready on, like, who are already on a path, but they want to reassess or like grow or explore better aligned to those opportunities. So it's a very proactive step towards their own personal and professional development. And they're only an unstable, like, second myth is they're only unstable people require counseling. The reality is that there is still stigma surrounding the word of counseling. Seeking career counseling does not mean something is wrong with you, but it simply means you're taking initiative to make an informed decision for yourself. In fact, many high performing individuals consult a career counselors to gain clarity and set goals. Third myth is counseling is just advice. A very common misconception is that counselors tell you exactly what to do. In reality, it's a very collaborative process. Now, career counselors, they guide you by using assessments, they reflect conversations, and they research to help you explore your interests, strengths, and values. So they basically empower you to make decisions and not make them for you. Fourth is only school students are suitable for career counseling. This is something that I haven't been sticking by for until now. I've been saying that it's flexible for entire age group. While many students they benefit from early guidance, career counseling is also valuable at any age or stage. So whether you're in a college, you are considering your postgrad degree, or like you're exploring a job change, or even returning to work after a break, this sort of counseling can provide you a structure, resources, and like clarity to what you need to do, what you not need to do. Then comes career counseling is only for unconventional careers. Now, it's not limited to creative or less explored professions. Whether you're aiming for like, let's just say engineering, medicine, law, or like traditional career path, counselors also help match abilities and interests with the right options, even with the mainstream fields. Now, the last myth is career counselors are focused on getting you jobs and placements. Unfortunately, that is not the reality. The goal is not to hand you a job, but to help to identify the career path, to build skills and prepare for opportunities. They will guide you on the resume building or interview tips, but not give you the job. They just play as a main role is strategic and developmental area. So these are some myths that career counselors go into. Um, with this, we end today's workshop. We just have one last thing, that is a small activity. You can do it right now, or you can take a screenshot and do it later after the workshop or whenever you're free. If in case you are struggling with your own career, it's a small activity, barely takes like 5 minutes. You basically write down three things that you enjoy doing, and you align those enjoying things with the careers that align with it. So, not like I like to sleep kind of things you like to do, because unfortunately, sleeping is not a job, but I wish it was one. I would love to do that job. But actual things that you enjoy, which has a scope for a career, so those you can like incline with each other and write. So I hope you guys took a screenshot. Second activity is how you would like to visualize your workday. So you basically close your eyes and you visualize your ideal workday. Basically, where are they, in the sense, your where do you want to work? What are you doing? Who are you working with? What tools are you using? Slide 2 and 5. 1 second. Is it this one? Give a thumbs up if you would want me to go to slide 5. Okay. Give a thumbs up so I can like move. Okay. Sorry. Yes. So this is like a 2 to 3 minutes, and you can write down how you visualize your day, or you can just imagine it and just feel good about it. That will help you know what kind of career you would like to go into. These are just like small introspective activities that you can do it with yourself. These are some worksheets, again very introspective. They're basically career exploration and planning worksheets. There are many more in the resources that you'll be getting along with your certificates. Basically, your three career interests and why do they appeal to you, the skills you currently have that you believe are valuable for your future career, the type of education or training is required for the career that you chose, what steps you can take to achieve it, the role, who are your role models, the potential challenges you may face, what do you gain out of that field, etc. And the other one is like, what would you like to be? What do they do? What skills are needed for your career? What courses you need to take care of? So these are just some worksheets that you can do it for yourself, introspect it if in case you are in that career block. Like, what do I do? What do I not do? Etc. etc. Until here, did everyone get um, what has had to be done, like for career counseling? Any doubts? Any slides that I need to show again? Okay, so I'm assuming that's a no. So with this, we end the workshop. But before I completely end it, I would like all of you to take a screenshot if you're interested in other workshops. So on the 15th, we have a conflict resolution technique, navigating difficult conversations with ease. So it's going to be a very helpful workshop if you are budding psychologist, or maybe you yourself have some difficulty that you want to help yourself navigate in, and maybe this workshop can help you look into that direction. Or if you want to help a friend, it's okay. I will go into the slides after I display all this. So that is one workshop that's coming up on the 15th. The other one is on 18th. That is breakup counseling, basically helping clients heal, let go, and rebuild their lives. Let's just say breakup season is something many people are going through. So if in case that is the case for yourself, or you want to help out your friend again, please feel free to join them. So going with the questions, I will display slides 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can check our YouTube channel if in case you want to re-listen to the entire workshop. And regarding the information about these webinars, please stay in the group so that we will keep on updating at what time, when, and all. Um, so,
Yes, I have a question.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, see, in schools, like, how can you, like, different grade wise, eighth, ninth, 10th, and then 11th, how can you plan career counseling for them? What specific aspects would you like to focus, like the grade wise?
Um, Ria, ma'am, can you please respond to
Okay. 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 This is for 11th, 12th. Okay. Okay. Fine. And any specific, websites or anything which can give them an idea about, colleges or anything like that on net? Mm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Thank you.
Okay, I hope that helped you, ma'am. So there have been a lot of questions in the chat. I'll just respond to one of them one by one. So regarding the test can be conducted by school counselors too, is it? So I think that answer has been cleared by the question that has been asked right now. If you have further more questions, please do ask. And specific, so for these webinars, the WhatsApp group that you have joined currently. In that group itself, we'll keep on updating with different workshops that will be coming in the future. So you can join those workshops. It's or like you can, if in case you're not in the community group, then you can reach out to Ria ma'am. She will send a link for you to join into the community group. Over there, all sorts of our webinars will be posted over there for you to join at any time, your free will. All of them are free workshops. If in case all of you need resources, then please do register for those resources. It's very minimal cost. You'll get certificates as well along with the resources just for 59 rupees. So it's like a win-win. You got a good workshop, you got resources related to the workshop, as well as other psychological related resources or like PDFs or textbooks, etc. And a certificate which you can show for like an internship, that you have an idea about career counseling if you want to go into that field, or just any sort of like institution that do why, like if in case you're a career counselor, in the status of career counselor, you can go like, I do have a basic understanding of it and you would like to learn more. So these certificates are really helpful for your career as well. And I really appreciate the comments of saying thank you. I thank you for all of you being patient and listening to this workshop. I hope I get to meet you all again in the following workshops. Until then, have a good day. Take good rest. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your great efforts.
Thank you. Bye.